Hi there, guys. This is Aaron here from Jump Cut Playing. Today we have another episode of Jumping In with Kyle joining me here. We're going to be playing It Takes Two, and Kyle has reviewed the game on the site. And tell the people what kind of score did you give this one?
Well, this is so strange because time travel and that. By the time we were recording this, the review's not out there. But at this point, unless something drastic has happened to the website, it came out. I for the first time in my 6 months at Jump Cut Play, gave this a 10 out of 10, which I fought against myself for so long because I'm very usually quite, I don't know, I'm one of the people who do believe in 10 out of 10s, and a lot of people are like, oh, you can't have a perfect game, but to me, 10 out of 10 isn't about a perfect game, because this game is not perfect, it has flaws, but my experience with the game was just kind of, which we'll get into, but I had such a good time with it that I was like, you know what, I think this game deserves as much praise as it can get. It's kind of similar feelings like The Last of Us 2 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake last year. I think both those games have their flaws, but my experience with them, I was like, yeah, they're probably 10 out of 10s, or 9.5s if we want to go that way.
Yeah. Yeah, the 10 out of 10 thing is, I think that is the kind of right angle to take with it. It is your experience at the end of the day. A review is nothing but an opinion, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I mean, we know Sam, our editor-in-chief, he's a big fan of the whapping at the 5 out of 5s and the 10 out of 10s. Because we were talking a few weeks ago about our 5 out of 5 movies, and I listed off about maybe 10, 15, and he was going on for like just ages.
I've got about 20 or 30 5 out of 5 films, I think. So, but
I need to double check it, but there's probably a few in there that I would need to reevaluate. But this one here, 10 out of 10, It Takes Two from it's Hazelight. I don't know why I always read it as Hazelight. Yeah. So we'll be playing as, you're playing as May, I'm playing as Cody.
Yes.
I'm just going to start this here so we can jump into it. We're going to jump into a level a few hours into the game. So currently, obviously, you've completed it, and I just played this level last night.
Right.
So I'm still making my way through this game, and I think that we kind of spoken about was length. Like this, I came at a certain point in the game where I was thinking I was a decent chunk through, but I'm actually still relatively at the beginning few hours of the game. So like, I was wondering how it manages to keep things fresh throughout the game.
Yeah.
Would you say it has enough variety? Because I mean, so far I'm wondering like how many new kind of platforming style things can add to it, because you've had everything from like Mortal Kombat like fights to planes and shooting and top downs, and obviously this kind of 3D perspective.
Yeah.
Does it manage to keep it fresh the whole time?
I will say, I think less though than A Way Out. If you finished that game, there were moments in A Way Out.
Are you there, Kyle?
Oh, can you hear? Oh, fucking hell, man! I muted my mic. Are you joking? I didn't even. You know what? Fuck's sake, man! Disaster. You know what happened? I think I'm forgetting we're recording on 2 separate things. So I'm like, oh, I'll mute my PlayStation controller.
Oh my.
You can edit that out if you want, or you can keep this feeling raw.
or just keep in there
you can keep it raw and real. Oh, I found a mini game. But before we get into that, what I was trying to say is, while I was talking into the absolute empty void, if you remember, I don't know if you finished A Way Out, the entire game.
I didn't actually.
Right, because that game had a lot more cinematic moments where it was, in some ways, they're very different games from one another. I think A Way Out, it was a lot more quick time events in a lot of places. It was just like, and there was a lot of cinematic sequences, which I thought were really cool. Whereas this game, at the end of the day, is a platformer through and through, which has those, like you said, the Mortal Kombat moments. There's like dungeon crawling at some point. But I think those moments in particular are quite far and few between. Most of the time, the game is just a platformer. That said, a really, really great platformer with these little twists and turns. And I think it's hard to, because a lot of the game just blends into one another with what happened when and what happens then. But like, you got stuff like this that we're doing now. This is quite different. But I think a lot of the second half, from what I can recall, I'm not going to spoil or anything, but there are those moments, but it does become. It still just keeps the platform and stuff. To me, when I think back in the game, there's no point I'm like, oh, that chapter was a lot more creative than that one. It's always kind of just the platforming is still at the core. So it is long. It probably is too long to a fault. Oh my god, I need to press the button. It's probably long to a fault if you've not got, you know, if you can't get a friend who's willing to play this entire game end to end with you, then that could be a problem. But I think, you know, it's hard. I think it's difficult because it's not often I find the game where I'm like, oh, this is too long. I know a lot of people have had that complaint with a couple of games that came out last year with like filler content and stuff, but I don't know, I feel like this, you know, the story, you could probably tell the story in about an hour, which is another kind of issue with it, but there was, by the end of it, I could have kept playing this forever, to be honest. It's just one of those, it was nice to see the story wrap up, it's kind of cliche and whatever it is, but it was just, I was never really bored playing it, so I was like, you know, just keep it coming.
Yeah, I think it does have that kind of issue of like, you feel like you're just about to get to the end and then like, oh no, now you need to go round and do this whole other thing. And I'm thinking in my head like right now, could get annoying if I'm playing this for another like 6+ hours. But in comparison to A Way Out, I just find this far more entertaining because I think A Way Out is trying to be a lot more of a story experience. Like this has story elements, but I'm not sure if it's really like quite the same point as A Way Out was. You know, like it was very much like a prison escape film, essentially, but with interactive elements. And I just found that the co-op bits just were quite dull in a way that's why I just never got, even though it's a pretty short game, like I never got to complete it because it was just, there was bits to it that I found quite a slog. But this has managed to very easily keep spicing things up, like different types of challenges. And I like the fact that obviously like you're getting two, like right now here, so you're about to get some gravity boots, I'm about to get a size changer, and like having those different abilities together is just a really cool thing to spice up the variety a bit. Whereas like A Way Out just felt like you're the guy that's moving the box and you're the guy that's watching the hallway or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a lot of that in A Way Out, wasn't there? It was like, you watch this side of the screen, I'll watch this side of the screen. Whereas this, which it's kind of, I'm actually quite surprised because a lot of the game, you know, it's got that split screen dynamic the entire game where you have to look at both screens, but far less than A Way Out do you need to actually look at the other screen. This, they might have been able to get away with just having you looking at your own screen, but it still is, it's nice to have both screens as well for local and online co-op.
I think that's a bit of a, like, you know, keeping things, you know, to feel like you're having an experience with your friend.
Which I will say, it's very strange because I'm playing as May. I keep looking at your side of the screen because I'm so used to playing as Cody, so I need to get used to it. See, I need to pull this down, so there you go. You can see, you can go through it. There you go, sorted, and I think I can just jump through. Aye, but yeah, A Way Out, one of the problems I had with that is I really did like that game, but the best parts of it were the end, the last kind of hour of that game's when it throws some really creative stuff at you, especially the final moments of A Way Out was one of those like, holy shit, that's genius. And I don't think there's any single moment in this where I was like, that's like genius like there was in A Way Out. Like the moment in that where it really, I don't want to spoil it in case anyone's not played it, but you know, it's you'll know when you play it, it's like, oh, that's really clever. And that sounds like I'm being harsh on this game saying it's not clever, because it's not. That's one of the most, the amount of creativity that comes bursting into this game, even just like looking at this level we are now, just the little, I don't know, just everything about it, the little touches that make everything up. It's just, if A Way Out is an action film, this is like a Pixar DreamWorks film, like a really good one. It just, it's so difficult because although I gave it a 10, I could have been an 11, you know. But if by some miracle, I say it's a Pixar game, but if they had like the narrative qualities of a Pixar game, so like this game is tackling divorce, but it's tackling divorce in a very one-dimensional way. It's not got anything, you know, interesting to say about divorce, which is fine. It makes it less Pixar, maybe more just a really good Disney film. You know, whereas probably a Disney film would be like, divorce just means you're not in love. Whereas Pixar would be like, nah, it's complicated. And it would really go into it. But I can forgive it because it's just so fun to play.
Yeah. It manages to just constantly, like I'm already, so I'd maybe say I'm like, oh shit. I'm like nearly maybe 3-4 hours into the game, and it's still like I haven't got bored of like the different missions yet. I haven't come across a bit like, oh well, I mean there is a kind of repetition to it, I suppose. Like you get that one's going to have a skill that's going to complement the other. Like right now I can go big, so you can jump in this ball and I can slap you over there.
Yeah. Geese another slap. Geese another slap. I think you will, because I know you're saying that it does get into the habit of like, oh, go here, find this. Oh no, wait, you need to find this instead. And the last, I guess maybe the last act of the game, it feels like, because it is, I'm not trying to give spoilers or anything, but it is very just like, oh, now you need to find these things. And it's like, that could have been probably the whole game, was like finding these things rather than doing all the other stuff you do. Because the bit you're at where it's like, oh, we need to get to Rose, it's like, okay, this feels like we're wrapping things up. But then it's like, it's just constantly, no, we need to do this now, no, we need to do this now, and it is just a way to get you onto the next chapter. But it's a shame because I think that makes the length noticeable, because it's like, oh, hold on, there's a lot of times it's like, oh, that was for nothing, what was the point then?
Yeah. Do you find that the characters, so for me right now, being maybe a quarter of the way through the game, these are not nice people. I just find like they're kind of just the worst. But like, is that something that I'm sitting playing this with the expectation that eventually I'm going to be like, oh, here come the feels later on, and is that the case?
I think maybe there's a wee bit. I will admit, like near the end, I wasn't like ball my eyes or anything. I was, oh, this is quite sweet, like I'm saying, because it's. I think you can probably guess this is not going to give you a very interesting narrative conclusion that it's not. It seems like if you've seen any piece of media before, it's like, okay, they're falling back in love. And that stuff is sweet because it's hard not to find stuff like that sweet. And I think towards the end there's a lot more when you see them not just bickering with one another, and it's like they kind of learn to appreciate each other's hobbies and stuff. So it's like you learn about I've just forgotten his name. Cody's like his passion for gardening and May's passion for singing and stuff like that. It's kind of sweet to see, why that they still know things about each other. But I don't know. I did find they are quite horrible, and their daughter's like probably like starving. But I guess that's not their fault. But I don't know. And it's just like, please help me. But I do. Oh my god, I need to come back. I'm so sorry. I do actually. I think the I'm stuck, mate. I really like the performances of the two. I think they're quite. Maybe not likeable, but I think they're very charismatic, and they're fun to play as and listen to for the most part. I think there's never any point I was like, oh my god, like with A Way Out, those characters are very stupid. It's very over the top, and I know that's the point. And I think actually one of the actors from A Way Out shows up in this at one point as a wee cameo, which I noticed him straight away. I actually think in this level you can find statues of the characters from A Way Out. I can't remember where they are though, but yeah, like again, that is probably the biggest complaint with the game, is the narrative is very simple, which was the same with A Way Out. And I think although I gave this a 10 out of 10 because I really did love my time with it, if the next game they're like, okay, let's keep what we've got here with the amazing gameplay, let's not forget that, but let's get like really focused in on making a great narrative that's going to blow people away. Again, I don't want a co-op game that and we get The Last of Us Part 2 and I'm sitting greeting my eyes out for the last 4 hours, but I would be nice to see something that has it deals with, if it was divorce again, like let's talk about divorce in a mature way that talks about the complexities of it. So I am very I hate myself. It's alright, you can jump back up here, but I would like to see something. It's very hard to play this and talk. See something more mature.
I was just about to say how I was a little scarred of the fact that we were just kind of flying through this, because last night I was playing this with my girlfriend and holy shit, could not get past this bit at all.
Well,
she just wasn't. What? So you're playing this with your girlfriend? Does she play games?
Well, that's literally what I was going to say. So, Gail, who she now plays games because I gave her my PlayStation 4 when I got my PS5, so now she's been right into like Grand Theft Auto 5 and that. But anytime I'd be like, oh, you should play this game, you really like it. All credit to her, bless her, but she's awful. She just couldn't get the hang of. Like, we played Until Dawn, which she managed to get through, but just even button prompts were like stressful as fuck for her.
It's like looking down at the controller, like which one's square again.
But we got through this pretty. I mean, there were times I was like, "Oh my god, please come on!" Like when I was looking back at the footage to when I'm working on the video review, I was like, "There's times at the start of the game it was just death after death after death," but then towards the end, it's like it's definitely improved. So well done, Gil. You've improved your gaming skills, and that is actually something I'll give a testament to the game, that it's not an easy game by any means. It's there's a lot of points I have no idea what I'm meant to do here, and I had to really sit and think about it. But credit where credit's due. It's a good game to play with people who aren't hugely into games, and to be honest, it might have actually helped expand her gaming ability. So, and it's hard. It's a very hard. It's a really hard rope to walk, because like Lego games, people are like, "Oh, if you can't play games, play Lego games." It's like, yeah, but Lego games are too simple to like a fault, and which is fine because I like Lego games. Whereas this is like, okay, there's genuine platform challenges here, and you're always having to work together. But there's never a point. I was worried there was going to be a point. I was like, okay, we just can't do this, and that's it. Like if we went to play Portal 2 or something, there'd be no chance. I think we could get through that, because Portal 2's got very complicated movements you have to do, like one after the other. Whereas I don't know. So I really do think this game's done really well in that respect. How's your experience been?
Yeah, I'm kind of, so like I've been trying to get my girlfriend Amelia into games forever, and it's just never happened. And the thing that's been really nice with this, because we've kind of struggled with the idea of like, what does she find interesting as a game? Because obviously a game has a lot of downtime. Like if you're playing something like The Witcher 3 and you're sitting essentially doing nothing for hours because you're just like,
fuck.
You're exploring the area, you're looking for this place and that, and to a non-gamer I think that can be really boring. And this game manages to like not have that. 2 wee seconds, there we go. Bump me up.
Wait,
there we are.
Oh yeah, I got this. Oh, I was about to say what? God, you wouldn't think I'm a professional gamer.
Oh yes, look at that. So yeah, this has been a great experience for the two of us, I think. And like you were saying, it has so many different elements to it, like so many different platforming and types of games, that it is kind of like introducing her to all of these different ones in a way. And right about there, and then for God's sake. I'm
so bad at games, man. I'm so bad. I'm like the Cuphead tutorial. There we go.
Yeah, I think I'm just, there we go.
But I think.
Wait, do I need to push it? Do I need to get back?
Yeah, we both need to push it. I asked, because I was doing the review, is there anything you want to mention? It was just, she was more just blown away by the creativity of it all. She was just really, we were both really charmed by it, like, which is
well, that's the other thing.
So charming.
Amelia has sat and played through this, and she actually, even last night, I never even said anything. She was like, "Are we playing a bit more It Takes Two tonight?" Which is like, honestly, nearly started crying. I was like, "Oh my God,
you've done it!
Marry me! This is it. You're playing games now."
There were times with the mini games and stuff, though. I was always just like thrashing at the mini games. Until she did beat me once at the end, which was like the most satisfying moment of the entire playthrough. Was when she beat me at a mini game. I was like, "Oh my God, it's happened!"
Yeah, she's actually beat me a fair few times at the mini games. I'm apparently just not very good at those ones, but yeah, so it's been a great experience like that, because I've been looking for the kind of experience, the game that is the gateway for the non-gamer, and I think this is a pretty decent one, because it has a bit of story, it's got a kind of cutesy wee setting, it keeps things interesting in its level design, and like every night, if you're playing this in like say 2-hour installments, every night that you come to this, you're experiencing something else that you didn't get the night before. And I think that's a really cool thing to include. Oh my God, I went too slow.
It's just a shame that I feel like these co-op games are so few and far between. Which, I feel like we've not had anything like this, obviously A Way Out, but even like A Way Out, like you said, was more of a cinematic and a quick time affair. But this, even just like exploring the levels is fun. There's times where it's just a kind of open area with loads of stuff to discover, little Easter eggs and things like that. And it's just nice to be in this world, despite, you should really be moving faster than what, your daughters, but to have a meltdown.
Yeah. But I got to say, seeing the bit that is following this, we're not going to get to today probably.
Yeah.
But the bit that follows this, I was really sad for wee Moon Baboon. I felt quite bad.
There is a chapter after this one. You will It's generally, I was playing it, I was like, this feels like the torture bit in GTA 5. I don't, it was because they're like, oh, we need to do this to get back to human. I was like, fuck this, I'm not doing that, that's horrible. You will know it exactly. I was playing it, I was getting angry, I was like, nah, I'm not doing this.
Because there's a bit where they, just after this, what they said about destroying something that she likes, and then
yes,
you think Cody's going to be like, no, that's terrible, and he goes, that is an amazing idea. What do you think of the Book of Love, before we wrap things up?
I love him. It's like, he's so stupid, I love it. You know, it's the same voice actor who plays Cody as well, I looked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I do kind of like him. I think this is going to sound like a really stupid thing to complain about, but it annoyed me, the fact that the little girl knew that his name was Dr. Hakim, and not like, if I was a wee boy, I'd be like, Hakim. I would have said that 100%. There's no way I'm saying Hakim. And I don't know if that's just because of the wee Scottish lad in me, but there's no way I would be saying like, exactly. So what would you like to see from Hazelight next? Like, what do you think they could do next?
It's tough because this feels, so I never played Brothers, which was their kind of, I don't know if that was Hazelight or it was before they kind of merged as a team. I've never played that. I liked The Way Out, and then this just feels like their magnum opus in so many ways. Like they've harnessed everything they've had and made a game that just, I mean, the praise for it's been incredible. I'm sure they're really happy to see how much praise it's getting. It's just getting, not really seen many negative, apart from the narrative, which I think has got some warranted criticisms, which I think is, hopefully they're taking on board. As crazy as Joseph Fares, the director, is, he's an absolute nutter, so probably doesn't care. But it's difficult because like part of me is like, oh, let's just make another game like this, but it's like, well, that would feel so strange because the differences between this and A Way Out are huge. Like even just the visual style, it feels like a different studio. It doesn't even feel close to the same game. But then it
feels far more polished as well. I would say.
It looks so good. Like we're playing the PS4 version, it looks really, really nice.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that is one thing. So to include with what is, like, if you're buying this game on the PS5, you can only play it in co-op if you both have the DualSense controller.
Yeah.
So I wasn't for paying £60 for a wee experiment to see if Amelia wanted it, kind of like this game. Yeah. So I just went for the PS4 version. So
but
I could use
two things I will add on to that. First of all, so going off of that, I wish I knew this because I didn't. So because my girlfriend, she has a PS4 and we played online and local, which was nice because it would keep her save. I played on the PS4 version because she has a PS4, but I found out later that I could have played on the PS5 even though she was on the PS4. So you can play on different versions if you want to do that. I didn't really notice a difference, to be honest. It looks a little bit sharper, but it was very hard to notice the difference. And second of all, which I'm sure everyone kind of knows, if you buy this game, you get the Friends Pass, where your friend gets the Friends Pass. So, which I find is such people don't go on about this enough. The fact that if I bought this game and let's say you didn't buy it and we wanted to play it together, you would just need to accept my invite, download the game, and that's it. There's no catches. Like, yeah, you can't play it with somebody else if you wanted to, but you can play it with me completely for free. I think it's awesome. Like, especially it's coming from our evil overlords EA. The fact that they were willing to do that and they've done it twice in a row now I mean, the game's already just £35 in the UK, which I think, considering it is so long, is the perfect price for it. Even it's a bargain. It's already. So if you've got a friend, you're like, oh, do you want to pick this game up? We'll go like just like £17 each or so. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like £17 each for this game. That is ridiculous.
Did you get that final?
Don't know, mate. I kind of zoned out. I thought you were carrying us. Wait, did you get the one up? There's ones up here, mind. These
I got that one.
But you got it on your own.
Wait.
Back here.
Wait, you need to go. Right, so you need to go on the other side.
Yeah, I need to go to the other side.
I'll become big.
I will say, this one took us ages when we first did it. We were stuck here forever. We couldn't work out how to do this bit here because we're idiots. But
I don't even remember doing this. Amelia must have just happened to be on the right side.
Just carried you. You were just at the toilet and she's like, I've done it. But yeah, I mean, if we're wrapping up, I can't. I know a lot of people, when they see a 10 out of 10, like, oh, that's ridiculous, and they immediately start comparing it to other scores you've given, and I hate to do that, because there's games, like, all games are different, and some games, like, I'm not saying this is better, like, than The Last of Us Part 2, it's a completely different game. It's just, I think, what it sets out to do is tell a cute, co-op story that might be too long, but it wants to keep you engaged in this really refreshing and creative game, and I think it absolutely excels at that. And I just don't know what I'd want to see from Hazelight next. I would just give me It Takes Two to do something. I don't know. Let's see what happens next. Honestly, no idea what I'd like them to do, but
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two.
I thought for a second there, I was like, oh, we're going to be right at the boss fight, and if that was the case, just do that. But we've got another 2 of those levels to go, so will we wrap it up there?
Yeah, let's wrap it up there. I feel like I can't. The more I ramble about it, folk are like, wait, he likes this game? But yes, let me make it clear, I absolutely adore this game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to play it a bit more. I think if anything, it's a good experience to play with someone that wouldn't usually play games with you.
Yeah.
I was curious to see how it would maybe be for someone that, like, if 2 gamers played this, is it too easy? Are you just flying through it, you know? But like, I'm always kind of having to balance what I know about games and what Amelia knows about games, and I think it's been a really good experience.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, keeps things fresh enough that neither party are getting bored of it. You know, I'm not sitting here going like, oh, just another one of these, but obviously do this and that. It's like keeping it fresh enough with the art. I mean, look at this wee bit, like, with the, the world.
I think I just found a secret area.
Like that. How'd you do that?
I don't know, unless I'm stupid. Hold on. What's through here?
Oh yeah.
What is it? Oh, mate. Oh shit.
Oh, it's a game, mini game.
Laser tennis.
Laser tennis. Yes.
Right, we'll do this first. Quick game of laser tennis. We lied to you, we're staying.
Dodge the lasers.
Yeah, we didn't really mention the mini games. I love these mini games and stuff. I actually don't know what I'm doing, mate. Oh wait. Oh, okay, I get you.
Just dodge the laser, mate.
Do I just like smack this? Ah, yes, okay. Like, there's loads of these wee mini games throughout, which are nice, just little distraction. And I just, you know, I'm gonna go through it and get the trophies, because there's loads of little Easter eggs and stuff that I'm curious to.
Oh my god, this is gonna be like hundreds of buttons, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Now it makes sense.
No.
Yes, mate. Now I can prove myself as a true gamer. Come on. Oh my god, this is horrible. I'm glad I didn't play this bit with Gil.
Yep.
Oh, a meltdown. Oh my god. I'm actually getting sweaty. I'm actually getting so sweaty. This isn't jumping in, this is like pro gaming versus.
I want to see the esports category for laser tennis. It's going sideways now. Oh my god.
Oh my days. Oh shit.
You decide to go that way, mate?
They're going both ways on my end.
I'm not sure.
You're winning.
I'm not sure if
I've been hit a few times.
I'm actually not even sure if I've been hit. I can't.
You've been hit once. I've been hit twice.
Oh no! There we go. It's
4 hours later, we're still on this.
Still on laser tennis. Oh,
Yes.
oh no chance!
Perfect. What an ending. What an ending.
Yeah, well, that's been It Takes Two. Thanks everyone for watching. And keep your eyes tuned on Jump Cut Play on our YouTube channel. We've got a bunch of good stuff lined up. We do some video essays, reviews, and now these wee series we do called Jumping In, where we just play a wee half-hour of games and see what they like, discuss them and stuff like that. So yeah, this has been It Takes Two. Head over to the website as well to check out Kyle's 10 out of 10 review.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, thanks for watching.
Masterpiece.